Hey everyone, welcome to the channel where we love to talk about movies. Today's review is going to be for Inside. I saw this a few days ago in theaters, and so let's dive on in now. In this movie, Nemo, a high-end art thief, is trapped in a New York penthouse after his heist doesn't go as planned. Locked inside with nothing but priceless works of art, he must use all his cunning and invention to survive. So I'm going to go into spoilers for this just to talk freely, so if you haven't seen it and don't want to know anything about it, then my quick letter grade review of it is that I give this a letter grade of a D. This is not a film that I liked. I was very bored throughout it, and I did not really want to have to sit through it, but I did, so I could give it a fair review. So this is one that I would recommend not seeing. I hate having to do that for movies because I love movies as a whole, but that's my take on it. I did not like this movie, and it's not one that I can recommend. If you want to know why, then stick around and we'll dive on in here. So, the three words I would use to describe this film are that I was very bored, it felt very weird, and it was also kind of depressing, all at the same time, which some of those together can be good, but boring on top of those others was just not a very good experience at the movies for me personally. I had a lot of questions. I felt like the film just didn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe I'm missing things, so maybe it's my lack of understanding that made me have not a very good experience. But I had a lot of questions that either didn't get answered or just his behavior didn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, throughout the entire film, you'd feel like there's an urgency to escape this penthouse, but he takes breaks all the time. It seems like he's taking more breaks than trying to get out, which is kind of weird. I didn't really get that. So, like, I feel like if he didn't take any breaks, he could have probably been out in like a day. But yeah, I don't know. Other things like it was kind of pretty clever for how he could shield his eyes when he was chipping away at that concrete on the ceiling. But then, like, not clever at all. Like, he was like literally like inhaling that, and I'm like, dude, you've got clothes. You can wear a mask to cover your face, and you were smart about your eyes. You just completely forgot that that's probably not good to be like inhaling and dropping on the rest of your face. So yeah, weird that he overlooked that. I had no idea how long he was really in there for. It felt like a really long time, especially since it snowed. But if I had to guess, it felt like a week. But yeah, I don't know. It was that I didn't really like that it was so unclear how long he was in there. It also like kind of implied, or it seemed like he was set up, and it never really answered why. Maybe we don't really need a why, but I kind of felt the need to have that answered. Like, it seemed like somebody was actively messing with him, making the heat go really high and then making it get really cold, and then his like partners or partners in crime just like dropping him. It definitely felt like it was meant to trap somebody, which I feel like is not good for kids. Like, what if you had kids in there and you're just staying home and then that stuff triggered? Like, let's say you were an adult and maybe there's a painting though or a picture of a girl. So like, if you're an adult and you run out and get groceries and your kid's at home, what if you die of a heart attack or a car crash and then they're just stuck in there like that guy? Like, that just doesn't really make any sense. It felt like it was a trap, and like, who does that? I don't know. So, like, also, like, why didn't he have a cell phone? He had a walkie-talkie, but why didn't he have a cell phone? Maybe it's supposed to have taken place like 20, 30 years ago, but no, there was clearly tech in there that was, of the time when we also have cell phones. Maybe he's just the sort of like, so there's like a lot of things that like I guess he must just be a person that doesn't like cell phones. I don't know. Other things like, why did he think setting off the sprinklers would work, or like, are the sprinklers really not? Is like a fire alarm really not tied to like a fire department in such a nice penthouse like that? Yeah, I don't. So it was kind of one thing after the other of stuff like that where the movie just didn't really make sense to me. So that felt very frustrating. I thought the cinematography was really good. That's like the one good thing I could say about the film. It was a little weird at times. Like, it got really up close to Willem Dafoe, and yeah. But otherwise though, it was I think good cinematography. But all in all, this was just a really boring movie that ended up being hard to watch for me. So I don't recommend it. This is a letter grade of a D. I don't give those out very often. It's kind of hard to give it out, but Yeah, that's my honest take on this film. So if you've had a chance to see it, though, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed it better than me. I certainly don't hope that other people walk out of that with as bad of an experience as I had, but I'd love to hear what your experience was with the film. And yeah, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of my reviews when they post. And yeah, with that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.